Seems APC have caught Edo King, the Oba of Benin, to size because it seems the APC have pocketed him. There's a letter going viral now that the daughter of Oba Oloja General instructing the Oba that there's a certain lady that must be appointed as the woman leader in Edo State. Mr. Ralph, what's your reaction?
I see that come what may, the latest politics that is trying to transpire there in terms of the what
Yaloja,
Tinubu's daughter is so, let me say, it's very strange. It is not good. It is not healthy for the Edolites. I don't think Oba Benin can play along with that kind of appointment, because we believe that the Oba Yaloja position is only limited to the southwest. It can't be extended to the main Bender State, the former Bender State, which is transplanted, or which is let me say translated into Edo State today. The Yaloja, a position that is proliferating in the southwestern state, even mostly is prevalent in Lagos State, not in Oyo State, not in Ondo State. You are on your own in Ochun State. But how come it's all of a sudden jumped the whole southwest and found itself in the Midwest?
Because she's the Iyaloja General of Nigeria. Wherever there is a market, she is the one in charge of
it can't be Iyaloja in Onitsha. Iyaloja, Tinubu's daughter. It cannot be Iyaloja in Onitsha. It cannot be Iyaloja in Newi. It can't be Iyaloja in Enugu. That Iyaloja is limited in the southwest. If you dare, come to that southeastern Nigeria. Come and play Iyaloja in Enugu State. Go to Port Harcourt, go play Iyaloja or Bayelsa.
But Mr. Ralph, it seems you are not updated.
I'm updating.
I mean, we have seen how Onitsha women market leader go to visit Madam Folashade in Abuja.
That's it. Not in Anambra State where I come from. That Iyaloja is only limited in this region. It cannot be extended into southeastern Nigeria, or else they want chaos. A chaos that everybody will be running helter-skelter. Fire will be on the mountain. See, let me tell you, Iyaloja is restricted here. You can't take Iyaloja to Bayelsa. Ogada Iyaloja is as a result of timorousness. People that don't know their right and are always intimidated, by one man who is claiming to be the political dynasty, king, political clan king of a particular region in Nigeria. You can't take Iyaloja to Benin. So if the royal father, the traditional royal king of that region allows it, I tell you, it is not laudable. Neither is it plausible. And it is only credible to Tinubu.
But you agree that we are practicing a constitutional republic.
Yeah.
And according to that, an ordinary councillor is even higher and above the Oba of Benin.
I'm telling you, ordinary councillor.
So how will you say that he cannot obey the instructions?
Iyaloja has not been gazetted in Nigeria Constitution.
But she has the authority.
Iyaloja is only for the trade union.
She has the authority of
is for the trade union, TUC. That is within the umbrella of trade union.
You are not answering my question.
It has not extended to anything,
she is enjoying the authority of our father, who is the president.
This is what I call authoritativeness. The Tinubus, they are not going to check their excesses. If care is not taken, he will run. I'm telling you the truth. This is a Republican, a federal state. There's a way you can exercise your rights. You can't bring your family into any presidential system of government, or else you become an autocrat. Then you can run an autocratic system of government. Iyaloja is only limited within the enclavement of Lagos. Any other state that allows it is a timorous state, intimidated, and if you ask me, a state for the cowards.
So you are telling me the Oba of Benin is not pocketed?
I'm not sure. He's not pocketed. They are going to do something about it.
Thank you very much.
I don't think maybe whoever is doing that should go and ask more about the Oba. Because the Oba of Benin, I know, going by what the power he wield within his jurisdiction, Edo State, I don't think whatever name anybody go by, whether you call yourself Iyaloja General of Nigeria, I don't think they will have what it takes to lord it over him. You can do whatever you want, maybe in Abuja, in Lagos, in any other place, but in Benin, I know, with regarding Oba, I don't think it's possible. We have seen in the past, even at the level of the state government trying to cut Oba to size, how it didn't work. Even at the level of military head of states, when they felt that Oba was getting too much, that the sole chairmanship of the traditional institution in Edo State needed to be rotated, the then ministry administrator made a proposal of that nature. I want to tell you that he reversed it at the hospital bed. What I'm trying to say in essence is the man who understood that the son mysteriously took ill, and though you cannot trace it directly to the Oba, but it's believed that the Oba has some supernatural power. And the Oba will not go out of his way to start hunting you, to start arresting you, to start intimidating you. But what we are seeing looks like a direct, unprovoked attack, intimidation targeted at the Oba. But I don't think the Oba will take it.
Okay, well, but are you aware that according to the Nigerian Constitution, an ordinary councillor can actually dismiss the Oba of Benin? I mean, a state governor can decide today and just wrap him up and throw him in a jail. Because you are saying now that the Oba of Benin seems to be above the Constitution. Is that the case?
What I'm saying in essence is, I'm not trying to glorify evil. I'm a Christian by faith. But what I'm trying to make here is, from experience, from what we have seen, I don't think any person will just wake up from the wrong side of his bed and go to Edo State and say, we want you, particularly maybe Oba Market, for instance, we want you to start paying tax, whatever reason, to anybody outside Edo State. I don't think it will work, because they all know what Oba have capacity to do. I'm talking about what the people have experienced, and even beyond what Oba have capacity to do as a person, Edo people themselves will not want Oba to drag in the mud, because going to Edo State to collect tax, whatever, under whatever guise, is like an affront, an insult to the person of the Oba, and I think even the Edo people themselves will resist it.
But where was the Oba when the Fulanis attacked the Edo people, most especially in the Edo North, around the eastern side? Where was the Oba? Because for me, it seems the Oba is powerless. Because first and foremost, Edo has been turned to a junior Lagos, and secondly, a daughter now. This is not even the president. This is the daughter of the president sending a letter of instruction. Oga, this is the person that I want, and I don't think he has a choice.
I don't think I will agree with you, because even if you say the excesses of headers is still extended to Edo State, but I will tell you that you seldom hear headers attacking communities in Edo State currently. That is because the Edo people themselves, under the structural leadership of the original monarchical system in Edo State, under the Oba, would have done it their own way. That is why perhaps you seldom hear about killer Fulani attack in Edo State. Just like we saw recently, even the whole governor in, I'm talking about the governor of Edo State, raising alarm that the bandits, who are believed to be headers anyway, who have been dislodged from northwest, are already hibernating in southwestern forest. Of course, you could recall that Abateku at the time raised about 2,000 men to coast southwestern forest as a way of dislodging them. But I don't think we still hear of such in Edo State. That's on one hand. Then on the other hand, talking about the issue of the tax, or maybe somebody imposing such tax in Edo State, or maybe Edo becoming a junior Lagos. I think what actually played out in that election is not because the Oba was denigrated. It's not because the Oba supported PDP. Of course, the immediate past governor of the Edo State, talking about Godwin Obaseki, would have locked her head with the Oba. Even before the election, we saw people chanting and the name of Obaseki himself in what looked like Obaseki trying to muzzle or wrestle with the Oba. Of course, we understand that it was alleged that the Obaseki government took Oba to court prior to the election. In fact, in the build-up to that governorship election. So it's going to show that part of the reason PDP failed in that state is as a result of the fact that the government of Obaseki was denigrating the person of Oba. So it is not because Edo is not turning to Lagos, as people want to make us believe. But I quite agree that our electoral system, we have not gotten it right. But the major reason we saw PDP failing in that election was because Obaseki was not circumspect in the way and manner he managed the electoral process and the way he related with the Oba's palace. I think that gave them that deadly blow.
Okay, before I let you go, don't forget that when there was supposed to be an bad governance protest in Edo, we saw the Oba of Benin, we've never seen in a very long time, writing a letter to the Benin Kingdom indigenes that they should fast and pray for Tinubu to succeed. Isn't this an indication that indeed he has been monetized and pocketed? Because when your people cry that they're hungry, why should you tell them to pray?
I
Does
think
a responsible father ask his children to pray when they are hungry?
though I'm not trying to hold brief for the Oba, I'm not the spokesperson of the Oba.
But I understand you're trying
the
to
point I'm trying
defend
to
it.
make here is, I think we all saw what happened, the monumental waste of lives and property that took place in Edo State, in Lagos State, and some other parts of the country during the EndSARS issue. What actually started like a peaceful protest snowballed into anarchy. I think it is from that angle the Oba wanted to avert a similar scenario.
And
I don't think the Oba
are you saying the EndSARS became anarchist?
in Lagos State,
Okay.
unfortunately, there were wanton destruction of lives and property on the part of the government, on the part of Nigerians. I will remind you, the unique report of EndSARS in Lagos State shows that about 98 persons were killed in Lagos State. I mean, Nigerians,
But the
ordinary
government,
Nigerians.
I mean, this
Now,
was
if you even look at this revelation that came from Falana himself, when the chief coroner of Lagos made a request that people who lost their loved ones should approach Lagos State Hospital for the purpose of identifying their loved ones and maybe possibly taking them for burial. Falana verified and found out that Falana's inquiry collaborated with the new report of EndSARS in Lagos, that about 98 persons were killed in Lagos. And on the part of government, we saw monumental loss of property, government property. We saw so many BRT went up in flame. We saw different infrastructure, police station, here and there. So I think a leader, a traditional ruler, seeing that we don't want such to come to his domain, I think it is from that angle he was saying it, not because he wanted to tell the people to pray when they are hungry.
Well, I understand why you're trying hard to defend the Oba of Benin, who of course is your principal. Well, I do appreciate your sincere support.
It's your choice of word anyway.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for that question. See, it's when you say that, when your first line was, it sees that now Edo will be Lagos, Edo has now become Lagos. You see, when you watch the scenario of the film, you see anything can happen. But in our own understanding, as the Benin, it's impossible. It's abomination to give instruction to the Oba of Benin. It's a spirit in human skin. But now it's like maybe they don't believe it anymore. See, when you drag yourself out of the corner, you can see some particles of insult. You see, this is insult. It's a generally insult, telling the whole lion of Edo to give somebody authority under his own command, her own command, a tata. That woman don't feel something on me now. Let us speak.
But in that letter, we see that she still tries to call the Oba of Benin His Excellency. We can see some respect, but we know that it is an instruction that Oga, now that woman will be.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you.
Who now has the right
That's what I'm telling you. That
human leader?
the Oba have the right. You see,
But that is not the case. It seems it's Yaloja that has the
that
right.
is not the case. It's Yaloja that has the right. See, when you now brought the matter to the palace, it's like you are now roughing the palace. You are now commander nationwide, not to the extent of polo. Do you know the meaning of polo?
I don't know.
It's a very big, invisible palace. A woman can never even just enter there and begin to talk unnecessarily, telling the Oba of Benin to give an instruction to a lady that will be commanding. See, in my own opinion, in my own belief, what I know when I was a boy till now, is disrespectful, and it's condemnable, and it's not accepted. So it can never be possible.
Are you saying Yaloja has stepped on the she has done more than herself?
No. It failed the test. In the reality of the system, it failed the test. But now when you now see what is happening now, it's like when you say Edo no be Lagos, Edo is not Lagos. Maybe there was a banking that they became now Edo na Lagos.
Could it be that the Oba of Benin is now in the pocket of the APC?
You see, when you are saying that language, see, the world is changing. The world is changing.
So you are saying it's possible?
The world is changing because you can't rely on them anymore. You see, when you watch the film, see, Oba in the first place, you don't belong to anywhere, you don't belong to any group, you don't belong to any party, you don't dance to anybody. You dance to the reality of the people. But what we are looking at is like, it's now a beret of the beret, of the happening beret. You understand what I'm saying? We now pocket Edo. It's not Lagos. Who is the landlord of Lagos? The Jagaba, Asorok, his daughter. Now enter the palace. Now command. Now say to give. If possible, can be possible. But things fall apart. Things fall apart. Things are falling apart gradually. That's why you see Nigeria is crumbling. Because the respected yesterday is not respected anymore.
But before I let you go, are you aware that an ordinary councillor, local government councillor, has more power than Oba of Benin? Constitutionally.
See, when you say constitutionally, there is nothing like constitutionally.
Is Benin not part of Nigeria?
Benin is part of Nigeria. We will know Nigeria is Nigeria. When you say constitutionally, they are not in that domain of constitutionally. They are saying that constitutionally.
Are you saying
the government?
Are you saying the Oba of Benin is above the Nigerian constitution?
See, Oba of Benin, any Oba, see, there is a respect that given to them, which is not legalized with the constitution of the state. They are monarch, they are spiritual father, spiritual heritage, spiritual protector. So you can't give them a written language and say this is the constitution that you obey. It's impossibility.
Where are they? One Fulani
where are they? See, that's why I'm telling you that it's like their power, they are now releasing their power because of fame, monetary. So things fall apart. Yesterday, you don't even cross that palace now. You will melt. But now, anything you see to the extent anybody can just enter there. To the extent say a commissioner, a councillor. See what happened to Obaseki now? He go. See, when the really Oba, the father of this son was there was a governor there that was the time of Pacha. He insulted that Oba tell us say you don't go. He and the children all want to free to carry them go. That was yesterday, but today things have fall apart. Rats can pursue rabbits.
So you are saying now that rats don't pursue cats?
You can pursue because you don't see what is happening now.
All of them have now, they have been cut to size.
Somebody says stand up, somebody says sit down.
And they have been pocketed by the
power to be because they play wrong game with them. They play wrong game with them because of what you want to be or what you want to eat. You forget the traditional oath that you took. Where are you? Come on, man.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.